Is this the last time to buy cheap QNT? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sunday Buys. We're on episode 1. We started off with absolutely nothing. On episode 22 today, we are around $10,000 and the final goal of being 100k. Throughout the series, we have dollar cost averaged weekly every single Sunday, hence why it's called Sunday Buys. But now we check in monthly, see how the portfolio has progressed and what we have purchased. And QNT is the biggest hold in the public portfolio and recently came down to $109 and accumulation ranges once again from the previous increase to $150. Now, unless you are overinvested in the market, where you do not have dry powder to buy the dip with QNT, or you just have too much money invested in the market, where you're too emotional and you can't think straight, you should not be upset about this dip. You should welcome it. You are getting more bang for your buck, more QNT for the dollar or the pound that you are putting into the market. And so with that out of the way, I would appreciate if you would leave a like down below in the video. Let's go into the portfolio and see how the 2024 market is going to play out. Okay, so the portfolio has not changed that much since the last episode in early December, mainly because we're in a weird phase in the market where it's too early to take large profits, only initials out in my personal opinion, and it's too late to make big buys as we are past the majority of our personal entry points. But we did buy some stuff, so let's go into that. So we bought 5,000 check at the start of January, around 5 cents. To me, this is an obvious buy, as something retail can wrap their heads around is the dangers of artificial intelligence stealing your identity. They're solving this with verifiable credentials. And identity is going to be a huge narrative going forward as the EU is issuing digital wallets for everyone to have access to. Check is my pick for that narrative. Next buy was WTK 10,000 on January 19th. That was around the 2.5 cent levels. Very good buying opportunities. Everyone wanted to buy at 5 cents. No one wants to buy right now. Catalyst approaching, potential approval in place. We have 72 more to come. I remember they got initial approval back at the start of November, I remember. And it states here the VRA have the option to refuse the initial approval if the firm's activities fall outside of the regulatory parameter. They would not got the initial approval in the first place if it were a scam or if their activities were suspect. And to me, the risk to reward ratio for this project just makes sense. If it doesn't pay off, that's the way it is. That's why I'm diversified into many other cryptocurrencies. The next buy is 2QNT on the 23rd of January. I gotta be honest, I did not expect the price to come back down this quickly, but its accumulation ranges once again and more buying opportunities. On the yearly, we're creating higher lows and it's solid, steady growth. I've said before on the channel, the main cryptos are going parabolic right now, are either new, low in market cap, or based around a hot narrative. And trust me, QNT's time will come sooner or later. Now on to the last buy, we have 1,000 Com AI. Artificial intelligence was needed in this portfolio. More importantly, decentralized AI, which is needed. This project is similar to the early days of BitTensor Tau. They're creating a digital ecosystem with a wide array of applications referred to as modules. They're looking to integrate with Tau, OLAS, Ethereum, where any protocol is a module. A lot of people say the market cap is too big. That was also said with Tau. I nearly faded Tau as around a $300 million market cap. I was thinking to myself, how long is it going to take to get to 1 billion? I did my research, I aped in, and before you know it, the week after I invested, it was near a $1 billion market cap. I did not fade Tau, and I will not fade Com AI. And with all of these purchases, the portfolio is worth $10,600. And with the Com AI edition, it probably would be more towards the 11,000 range, but it's not on Coin Market Cap just yet. Now, if you remember why we created this series in the first place, it was to show how easy the dollar cost average process is, where people overcomplicate it and try and time the market. This transfers over into profit taking. We went into profit taking targets before. Let's go more into when I think these cryptos, especially these ones in the portfolio, will explode. It will be onto alt season phase 1. Pantera Capital did great research based on previous cycles We are only in the second part of phase 1 where altcoins don't go too crazy. It's in phase 2 where they have a parabolic run, and that will be 2025. And a lot of people think this is too obvious, but it's going to be different this time. You can't go off these market cycles. It's just too obvious, right? But this is the whole reason I think it will happen. Everyone wants to have this Michael Burry big short effect where they are the only person that is right and everyone else is wrong, but sometimes they get sucked into their own bias. For example, on Twitter X during August, September, my feed was completely bearish. And one of the arguments for the bearish scenario was that there was not enough stablecoin inflows. And to be fair, at the time it was pretty stagnant, but over the past couple of months, the inflows have increased rapidly, but they've stopped talking about it. They've pivoted towards something else. If they were in search of the truth, they would not dismiss something that invalidates their thesis. And that being said, on the total free, it does look like a bottom is in for altcoins as long as we can hold above the $444 billion level. And last, the halving. Usually 2 to 3 months after the halving, which is in April, Bitcoin increases in value. This is merely a consolidating period still for accumulation on some alts that look desirable. Also, the halving is important, but even more important, the global liquidity cycle, which lines up all the time. And with all of that approaching, I think this portfolio will easily reach the goals that I have in mind in perfect bullish conditions without, a Great Depression or some sort of event crushing the whole market. We could go a little bit more degen. We could get rid of, QNT H-bar, maybe put that into check in WTK, or rotate that into other low caps based around popular narratives like tokenization of real world assets, GameFi, or decentralized artificial intelligence. But I like the portfolio the way it is. QNT is like the Bitcoin of this portfolio. It's scarce in supply but has utility on top of that. We also have NXRA in a popular narrative being spoken about by Larry Fink, making these alternative assets, these asset classes more liquid. The most experienced team within that narrative. We also have H-bar, essentially the Ethereum of this portfolio, superior layer 1 that provides conservative returns. We also have Check, somewhat of a early QNT, revolutionizing self-sovereign identity, great team, tokenomics, all-around great project, a narrative that is going to pop off in the near future. We also have WTK, wild card in the portfolio. The market cap ratio to the actual quality of the team and the potential of this project is just massive, too big not to take a risk. And we have DAG, layer 0 based around big data. And, I've always viewed DAG and H-bar, Hedera, Constellation Network in the same sort of light, direct oscillator graphs. But the difference in market capitalization is absolutely insane. This project should definitely be over a $1 billion market cap. And so, hoping things all go well, the only thing that can screw up this portfolio is human error. The research has been done, the cryptos have been purchased. Now it is a waiting game. We will come back to this portfolio in February, see what has been bought depending on short-term price action, and let me know down below, what is your top 5 holds? Are they like mine in my public portfolio? Are they completely different? Let me know them down below. But if you made this fun video, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.